And so, could we hear what the consonant energy did to the piece? It could be, and I'd like to hear some of your individual responses. It could have, maybe it changed the flavor of it overall. Maybe it drew attention to a word or a sound that you weren't really aware of before. But Brandon, let's hear what it changed.
It definitely slowed it down than what I usually do it. And of course that's important for like certain words that it needs to, like, I want to believe.
Yeah.
Instead of I want to believe. Like,
so it
I want to
changed
believe.
the pace.
Yeah, and it made me feel the meaning of the word, like what it actually means.
Okay. Changed the pace. It made you feel like you were in the word.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
For me, I really used to see this as more of a buoyant monologue and very flowy, but I'm seeing with the consonants that it can be a lot more of a direct monologue versus this kind of bouncy character, which is how I had been playing her, kind of naive, but this is very direct when I'm doing my consonants, with hitting my T's and my B's and my D's.
Yeah.
Hitting them makes it changes the kind of the way that I'm doing it, if that makes.
It makes a lot of sense, and some text is all about the argument. Not argument as in yelling, the argument as what point are you trying to prove, right? And consonant energy, I've noticed it too, it can heighten that feeling. And so, naive people aren't always naive, right?
Yeah.
Maybe there's room for both in there. What did you notice?
When I first did this monologue, I thought of it as she was trying to find pity from him, but when I was working on it, I realized that she's just mad at him. So I got more emotional, as in mad, not sad, and trying to find pity.
So it changed, you had a different emotional response. Boy, I noticed that a lot. When you change the vocal energy, if you're open to it, it'll change how you feel emotionally. Yeah, and I have to say, as an acting coach, the way that you discover now is more active, right? Self-pity is very hard to play on stage effectively. And so what you've got now is something more to fight for. Yeah, so that's great. I would definitely, these are all so far good things that I would take and use in working up the piece. What about you?
For me, it definitely drew my attention to certain words that I didn't emphasize before. So I emphasized the wrong words, I think. So before, and having the consonant vowels, it actually helped me emphasize what words needed to be sharp and what words needed to draw the attention so people can know the actual feeling behind it.
Good. So maybe it's helping you with analyzing the script too. Yeah. I felt like that I went through this phase in college where I felt like no matter what I did, I emphasized the wrong word. I just couldn't figure out what the most important thing was, or where was the central idea or argument or bullet in the gun, that was the sentence. And so this maybe will help you work through that. What about you?
I definitely felt out the words a lot more, and I could take more, I could feel where pauses needed to be, more or less, and where I needed to pronunciate just a little bit more the word to get it across my emotions and how I'm feeling in that moment while delivering that line.
So there's a heightening of many kinds.
Yeah.
Okay, what about you?
It really helped me think about what I was saying, and it really helped me also put emphasis on words that I thought I needed more emphasis on, but it really helped me understand what I was saying more and what I was trying to get across, the overall message of the monologue. That
Okay. Nick?
I felt that going slower kind of added more potency to this whole rant that he's giving Willie. Before I was kind of approaching it sort of like spastic, fast-paced sort of rant. But I feel like when I do put more emphasis on, especially the T's and the P's, when he says pop, you know, all that stuff, he's trying to get his attention. Having that emphasis really kind of drives home the idea that he's trying to get Willie's attention.
Okay.
And he wants to slow down and get Willie to understand every single word he's saying. And I feel like the kind of potency and the kind of enunciation should really be sharp and
Okay.
to help drive it to both the audience and to Willie what he's trying to get across.
That's really good.
So you were driving it more, maybe.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wanted it to stick to him.
Because Willie's totally a character who would knock off what
Yeah,
he's saying.
He's
Pretty out of
probably
it.
been doing that all his life.
Yeah.
Good, good. Okay, now, I'd like you to take a new beginning with it. And this time, I want you to keep what you discovered before. But now, I want you to put your focus is still on consonant energy, but now I want you to link more. So link it and let that pick up its pace.